Is the April My Aquarium box. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this box and then we're going to talk. I'm going to go through my videos and we're going to talk about all the things that didn't really work out. The products I bought that in the long run just didn't end up being worth a damn. So that being said, this month's knife, I've had probably a really long time. When I was about 11 years old, I snuck away and I bought it at a flea market with birthday money. So my parents didn't know I had this knife for a long time, and I'm pretty sure I took it to school at least once. It was a different time, okay? Alright, so still very sharp. Get all this open. Alright. Ah! That was my mom. She says, I know now. I don't think I ever actually told you that. Yeah, I snuck away and I bought that during one of those flea market trips you made me go on, Mom. Thanks. Oh, sweet, my mama watches that show. Busted, I know. That's hilarious. Alright, so this is the April My Aquarium box, and this is the scorecard. Alright, it's a little bit easier to read, so that's what's on it. Down here we have the Mega Box winner, and we have the person that won on Facebook, and the Small Business Spotlight of the month. Your Fish Stuff, and they make great food. I've had a bunch of their samples, and I got a chance to meet them over at the Big Fish Deal. Good fish food. I like those. I like those peepos. We got a thing in here from Universal Rocks, and I believe. Yeah, there's a Universal Rocks item in this box too. So there's a promo code in the back that I'm not going to show you for a discount. What do you get? I need some of this stuff. 20% off rock combos. Okay, I'm sold. An advertisement for Your Fish Stuff and a $5 coupon off the next order. Looks like a nice little pamphlet about what? San Francisco Bay. I've used some of their food products and stuff. A little catalog there. It's interesting. Alright. Also we have people saying hi to my mom there on the chat. That's pretty funny. Okay. Also we have spirulina flakes. Yeah. So if you've got some algae eaters, if you've got some vegetarians, I think that's vegetarian. Well, first ingredient is salmon fish meal, so maybe not so vegetarian. What else we got? Okay, I'll be honest, I don't know what spirulina is. Alright. Continuum. Blackwater. Okay, this is a blackwater extract. Now, some fish come from areas that have a lot of tannins and things in the water. What all does this have inside? Roof carbon residue. Does it say what it actually has inside? Oh, the first ingredient is deionized water. So it's water. It's got some acidic compounds, some sodium, naturally derived humidic, tannic, and flavic acid blend. Just right. If you shake it up before you drink it. Give you that black water, you know what I mean. Also, we have some little spray bottles. Now these are pretty handy, okay? You could, it looks like it almost would fit in there, but let's say you have, I bet it will work on this. So maybe you got some Flourish Excel. I'll throw this on there. I might have to trim that down a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, the nozzle's a little long, but it still basically works. Now you can pump your. Now you can pump all the extract that you want. What does it say here? It says 1.5 milliliter per pump. So you can kind of measure out your dosing that way, and it just makes it a little easier than pouring into caps and getting all messy that way. It came with not one, not two, but 3 of these. So I'll be adding these to some of my dosing things. Also, we got some little algae wafer sample. These are the tiny, tiny little algae wafers. And, ooh, got some Malaysian driftwood. This one happens to be like a nice cave too. Like, that is awesome. That is a really cool piece of driftwood. I like that. Look at that. I can hide inside there. All right, what else we got? I'm really excited about this. This is a rock from Universal Rocks. It's sort of a sample. I just mentioned Jay Wilson earlier. Like, he's got a whole background that's that stuff. I think IFG's got that too. I want to get inside this thing and open it up. And that is it. That is it for my aquarium box. We're going to take a closer look at this thing now. I cut my eyebrow off. Alright. So this feels plasticky. But look, it looks very realistic. But look at that. It's plastic on the inside, and what they do is they put rocks. When they make this mold, they embed rocks in there, so this actually has enough weight to keep it down on the bottom of your aquarium. But they have entire backgrounds like this. And you can get them custom made to whatever size tank you have. I definitely would like to try this. I think Joey did one. Of course, the first person I saw with that, I think, was Jay Wilson, was the first person showing these things around. I thought that's pretty cool. Now, this is a small little tiny rock. It's a sample of what the bigger one is. But I'm glad to see this because, you know, I only see these usually in other people's aquariums. I want to hold it. Gonna see what it's made of, and I'll no doubt throw this in an aquarium to decorate it at some point. But that's the April My Aquarium box. Oh, so nice. I'm not even taking a picture. I'll take a picture later and put it on there. I have to break at least a couple of the traditions if I'm gonna do it live. You know, I've been doing My Aquarium box for well over a year, and basically, if you're new to the channel, I try to open the My Aquarium box in a new and different way every time. This is a little derivative of the last time because last month I did a live stream, but I kind of had a good time, and it was easier than editing the video, and it's fun. It's just a new way for us to interact together. The tree stump in the back of John from KG Tropical. Oh yes, Paul is pointing out that John from KG Tropicals has a big stump that made from that same company, and it's really cool. I remember that video. It was good. Good stuff. Alright, so let me tell you about, this is a little just kind of a heads up about the channel. And what I'm going to do is I'll go through my spiel, I'll talk a little bit, and then I'll interact a little bit more with the audience. And maybe I'll even, you know, in the end version of this, I might trim off the end and we can sit and talk or chat, and I'll answer questions or whatever you want to do. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about is all the weird products. Like, I've had this channel going for like 4 or 5 years. It's been a while, quite a few years. And some of the products I bought have worked out and some of them haven't. And I tell you, most of the ones that haven't have been lights. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. I'm pulling up my videos here, my list of videos. I'm going to go back all the way to the beginning. And that's a long way. I got well over 300 videos now, 300 and something videos. And we're going to just talk about the stuff that was wrong. Not only the stuff that I bought that was wrong, but if I said, you know, actually, I only had a couple of videos where I really gave information that I was worried was wrong. It's just completely wrong. I'm very much a hobbyist like most of you. And what I do is I buy things and I show you what they look like. Okay, so my unboxings and stuff like that. I've had a couple of comments, especially recently, where they're like, "It's just an unboxing. It's not a full review." It's like, that's right. It's just an unboxing. I'm going to unbox it. We're going to kind of go, "Wow, that's pretty neat." Then I install it. I take a look at it for a few minutes and I film it. Then months later, if it really works or really doesn't, that's when you get the review part, you see. And so a lot of times I don't follow up though. Like I've had products I didn't like that just I ended up not, they just disappear and you never see them again, or they break and that's it. I've tried to most of the time give a heads up if I thought something was really garbage, but very often I don't discuss things that I don't like because I don't buy things that I don't like. I buy the stuff that I want. So there isn't a lot of garbage to talk about. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm going so far back. So many years back. I could have done this beforehand. Being prepared, that's overrated, right? Alright, so like I was saying, I like to unbox things. I kind of get an opinion about it, an initial opinion about it, and then I put it on and I try it out. So there's some stuff that, but there is some stuff that in use that I've discovered was just really, really bad. And I'd like to get to that, but here we go. Almost there, almost to the bottom. It's taking a while to load. I'm using up all the bandwidth. Almost there. Oh, okay, I can start there. I got all the way back to my roller derby videos. So my very first videos on YouTube, I was interviewing roller derby people and talking about roller derby and that sort of thing. So, all right, so aquarium maintenance. Yeah, that's pretty much the same as it was. Steampunk stuff, nobody watched, and then the Fluval Edge 12-gallon. I'm still using that. I love that tank. It has its issues. It has its issues, but it still works. I gotta admit, like the light still works, the filter still works. All the parts are still original in that tank. I didn't have to change anything to make it okay. Let's see. Went on the Aqueon 48-inch LED modular light was just garbage. It was terrible. It lasted. To be fair, it lasted about a year or so. But then the little power brick that goes on the back just didn't work. So a friend of mine had bought the same light and he had the same problem. Now they will replace that power brick. If you bought one, you can write Aqueon and they'll mail you another power brick, no questions asked. But it was a pretty weak light to begin with, and I didn't like it. So yeah, Aqueon 48-inch modular light. Alright. The Fluval Spec 5-gallon. Alright, so this tank is not in use. This is actually on my shelf, but it's not because it was a bad tank. However, the light did get flaky. I still use the same light, but it's got a short in it. So that's another one where the tank was okay, but the light was sort of eh. Let's see, what else we got here. I think, in fact, in the original Fluval spec, that light didn't work very long, and we bought that tank. We bought it twice because Kerrigan got that tank too, and the light ended up dying on it. Let's see what else we got here. Oh my gosh, this is it's crashing. Okay, so oh yeah, more recently, speaking of lights, I bought these floodlights to go on the dirted tank back here last year. One of them's still working, but the other one died the other day. So I've actually bought a Finex Stingray light, and I'm going to replace that here in the next couple of days. Well, I'll probably replace it like tomorrow, but I've got to film an unboxing for it because, internet. So, but yeah, these things, they're about $30. And I did not think it lasted long enough to be worth the $30. I mean, less than a year, that's not a great track record. And I haven't taken it apart to actually see what was wrong with it or what happened. It might just be a short, like something that's easy to fix, actually. But I'm about to. You can unscrew it right here. I'm going to take that apart later, and I'll let you know later on, how that works out. All right, what else do we have? do you guys have any questions about products that you've seen? Now, I'm not sure where you guys came in to see my videos. So do you guys have any questions about a product that you saw in here that you want to know if it worked out or not? How about we do that? Some of those floodlights did work, but how's the Fluval Flex? I like it. And the Tidal 55, I like it too. So the Fluval Flex, still going back there. We're going to be talking about it a lot this weekend because I've got a couple. I changed the stocking. I put the brass tetras that were in there into this thing, and I put some new tiny fish into this thing. You'll see it all. If you've got Instagram, you've already seen it. But I'm going to talk about all that stuff next week. And I've got some stuff that I haven't shared yet. So there'll be a few surprises on that. The Tidal filter, it's fine. It works great. I mean, I've seen the arguments, and I hear and understand some of the arguments that people have made, mainly around the flow. But I think in a lot of ways, those things were happening on the other filters that just didn't have that little tab to let you know. I clean mine out every time I do a water change, and that's about every week. And it's not really a problem. You know, by the time I go to do a water change, yeah, that thing's creeping up. But there's still tons of water coming through the other side. You guys could take a look. Don't take my word for it. Let's oh, gotta flip it. I can flip it. Oh, on that subject, the mini gardens, you know, these do not work as well as some of the other ones, but I'm going to do a follow-up on that video soon. All right. I've got a little bit of the media string hanging out right there. As you can see, it's got a pretty decent flow, and I think I even have it turned down. Pretty decent flow. And I like it. It seems to filter the water really well. Lots of water flowing through here. This is the overflow that people are complaining about, right? So you're not going to see the overflow water, but you can definitely see the water is going through the media and working just fine. And I just installed this last week. Overflow seems to be fine. Whoop. See, it's got a little bit. It's popping up a little bit. It's been about a week. It's time to do a water change. Anywho. Alright, so that's the Tidal. What else you got here? I hate blue plastic on the Tidal. Okay, I don't like the blue plastic either. That is my that is my biggest critique on that. Is I wish there had been another color, but I'm not sure what, like a dark gray. I think would have been better for me. Late for this stream, but what up? Hello! Now, if you just got here, what I'm asking for are questions. If you've got any questions about a product that I've reviewed, if you want to know if it's still worth the damn now that I've used it for a long period of time, this is the time to ask. So we'll just go ahead and interact that way. Hello from Korea. I still will take the Aqua Clear power filters any day, says Graham. Yes, I like the Aqua Clear. I like the Aqua Clear filter as well. The only real experience I've had with one has been the new one that I just bought, which is working great, but maybe a little loud. I'm hoping over time it will calm down a little bit. But the one in the Fluval Edge. Yeah, that's basically an Aqua Clear 20. It's a little tiny Aqua Clear, and it works great too. I like it. Do you still like Marineland Bio? Okay, that's one I wanted to get to. The Marineland BioWheel filters. Okay, and the CO2 regulator on the Cube. I love that. No, I was not in Vietnam. I'm a little bit younger than that, just a little bit. But the BioWheels, okay, so sometimes that worked out and sometimes it didn't. Like the Penguin was okay, but you had to change those filters. Now, I took sponges a long time ago and just crammed them inside my Penguin 350 and then pulled half of them out every now and then and kind of rinsed them in some aquarium water to change the filter instead of having pads. So the bio wheels don't always turn. They're kind of problematic, but I do think the principle behind them is sound. Like, so when they're working, I think they probably work really well, but I don't think they work consistently enough to justify, well, you can't even say justify costs because they're not a lot more expensive than some of these other things. I mean, they're a little bit more expensive than the cheapest filter, but they're still priced really, really competitively. But so the one filter I had though that was a total garbage was that Penguin 200. It was like the smaller, it's like half of the Penguin 350. I've tried to buy that filter twice because I thought maybe I got a bad one. And no, it is a terrible filter. I really hate it. It was super, super loud. It's the loudest filter I've ever had. And the wheel would just not turn correctly and that sort of thing. So, are you still happy with my first dirted tank? Do you get the same plant growth results with other substrates? I've gotten a really unique, yeah, the answer is yes, I'm happy with it. But it's been kind of an algae nightmare too. Part of that is I think I overlit it just a little bit. The homemade LED light bar that I made here is super, super strong. Right now that's the only light that's on there, and it's just kind of like as close to the center as I can get it. But it was super, super strong, so I had some algae issues, and I worked with kind of adjusting the time, the amount of time the lights were on, and the fertilizer and stuff. But I tell you, that first like 6 or 7 months with the dirty tank was amazing. I was growing stuff I'd never been able to really grow really well. I mean, a thick carpet just kind of out of nowhere, and sword plants grew in really, really incredible ways. So I think the bigger the tank you have it on, the better. The one that it didn't work out with is the small tank. Also decided to do, I was into dirty tanks I guess during that period of time. So I did it also with the brand new Fluval Spec 2.6 gallon, and it did not work out. In fact, something went toxic in there, and it killed my betta, and it was pretty terrible. But that more than likely is something I did wrong. I made a mistake somewhere along the way, and I'll probably set up that Fluval Spec again. I like having them at least as little mini gardens. They're a great way to separate little tiny bits, kinds of shrimp and stuff. If you want different kinds of shrimp that can be mixed together, kind of neat for that. But let's see, what am I drinking? What is this? It's like a sparkling water flavored. It's apple. What is this? Kiwi and strawberry. Where's the tank with the matten corner filter? That is in the corner over here. I have not set it up yet. I'm waiting. I'm looking for a stand to put it on. I don't know. I don't have anywhere to put it right now because I kind of the steampunk tank sort of steamrolled all the plans that I'd made for the 20 gallon. That was going to be my next big thing. But that is coming. That's going to come up real soon. So get it corner filter tank. Anyway, so yes, very soon. Looks like you're drinking algae water. I am. It's not aquarium. I don't know if you guys have been seeing my videos for a long time. I did on my birthday one day. I made a fake commercial for a drink additive called Aquarium, and Aquarium, and you should look it up. It's a funny video. What's up, Cichlid Guy 915, and all the other Cichlid guys out there? All right, so show us the pom-pom crabs. Well, I'm going to do a whole video about it next week. I'll see if they're out. See if they're running around. We'll take a quick look in there. Why not? But you'll have better video next week. Let's see. They were out earlier. Oh, there's one. Hey, little crabby man. Crabby man says hello. This is why I don't do live. Alright, there's one. Oh, there's the other one. I know, he's a cutie. And they're great. They're great. We'll talk about those. You're welcome. Well, we will talk about those guys next week. Or on Sunday. For me, tomorrow. For you, Sunday. Okay? Alright, whoa. Oh, thank you for deleting that, Paul. What canister filter would you recommend? Well, you know, I know my favorite one, but it's also the most expensive one. That Fluval E series, is that right? I did a lot. It's the one I put on my 56. What is it? A 56 gallon in the bedroom. It's I just like the way the little you can lift up the top and the filter that you need to clean out, like the pre-filter. It's super easy to get out and clean, and it's a really smart. It's got nice little. Oh, the thing's making me want to burp. Yummy. The it's got really smart controls and really interesting graphics and stuff to let you know what's going on inside there with temperature, conductivity, and that sort of thing. So that's my favorite canister. What happened with a broken canister? I put it in the garage. It's in timeout right now. I'm going to use it again. My big mistake is somebody pointed this out in the comments. I learned so much. I've learned so much in this hobby from the comment section. Like before I went to any of the... now I learn a ton of stuff through, one, reading stuff on the internet, and two, visiting the places like the Big Fish Deal and conventions like that, and listening to speakers. I learned tons, but I've learned so much from you guys over the years in the comments section on different things like that. So, did you fix the canister? Okay, so what I learned about the canister, what I should have done is just left that part that connects to the filter intact, and I should have just put a connector like halfway up the hose, like a shutoff valve, and that would have made everything. That would have made the whole chore like really super easy to do. So that's what I'm going to do with that. But first, I've got to get it off and fix it. It was troublesome. I do think it should have come off. Like it should have come off with all the effort that I put into it. But and I don't know exactly why. I eventually got frustrated with it and I just gave up. But Expert Aquatics, woo! That's a shout out for you. Okay, so the anyway, so I'll return to that big canister filter eventually at some point, and we'll, it'll end up going on a tank somewhere down the line. Any update on the fluval spec with the plants in the pots like that? That's the mini garden video. Yeah, it's doing fine. It's got some hair algae issues right now, I think. I just cleaned it out. It's looking pretty nice, but it's downstairs, so I'm not going to take you down there. But there'll be a video update soon. Let's see, what month is it? It's April, so it'll be about 2 months, and I'll do an all aquarium video update, and I'll tell you where I'm at on every single aquarium. Buse plants. They're the Buse plants are doing pretty good. In different situations, they're doing better. Some better than others. Like I've got some Buse plants in here. Seem to be doing really, really well. I put some of the Buse plants inside of the steampunk aquarium, and they're not doing so well. The ones in the canopy on top of the steampunk aquarium are doing great. The ones inside just kind of all melted, so that wasn't too great. Let's see. Hey Joey, what up? You should try an immersed project. Do you mean like plants coming up out of the water? Because I have done that. Well, not really. I guess the Wabi-Kusa ball doesn't count as a project like that. But I actually am doing a bog filter on my pond. So I've got that part all dug out. I've got the little the bog filter part of the pond. It's just a smaller pond. It's like a little 8-gallon pond on top of my other one. And I'm going to go this weekend and get all kinds of bog plants and really make a nice decorative bog filter for my pond. And that'll be pretty neat. That'll be a good project, sort of like that. Oh, you want to see the Wabi-Kusa? I think the light has gone out. Hold on a second. Let me play with the timer real quick. All right, I'm going to flip the camera around here. Now, as you can see, this thing is already grown all the way to the top. So I need to trim this thing. Need to trim it down just a little bit. But all the plants in here are doing great. The plants in here are not doing great, but we're okay. Little gudgeons are doing good in there. Yeah, but this thing's like, it's growing like crazy. And I'll probably trim that up here in the next little bit. All right. Do I ever do anything with AGA stuff? Not really. It's just, well, I do the aqua soil, but I haven't used a lot of their other products. It's just not widely available here. That's why. I'm going to plug the phone back in. Sorry. All right, so what would be the best dirt to use in a 10-gallon? The same as all the other ones. Just you just have to pick one. Well, let's say I've got a bad connection. How's it looking to you guys? Is it too jittery? Oh, underwater waterfall. That is a project that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I haven't found a way to do it that I think will look great, but I'm working towards that. That's another reason I'm real excited about Universal Rocks, because that seems like a great way to build one of those waterfalls without having to deal with foam and stuff. And I bet there's a section of stuff that they already have molded that I could get cut out and make into a really great waterfall. In fact, that's my suggestion to them. Add an air pump to one of their little things and make their own waterfalls. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Okay. Everybody says, most people says it's looking okay. Okay, good. All right, any other questions about aquariums or products from the past? I'm trying to think of another one that I didn't like how it turned out. Oh, I know one was, I think probably the biggest mistake that I've made. Oh, I know a product that I hated. So there was this there was this one filter, okay, and it had the plant that grows out the back of it. I don't know if you remember that. Me and Clone Charlie shot the video, and then Charlie nearly suffocated inside of that diver's helmet. So it was a fun video, and I didn't want to get rid of it, but in the long run, and I used that filter for a long time. I used it on the 10-gallon before I replaced it with that fluval filter there, and but it was just not well made. It was difficult to clean, and I didn't feel like it really worked as well as I would have liked. So that's another product that I left the video up just to kind of show someone how to put it together, even though as a big joke in a lot of my unboxing videos I'll throw the instructions, and it's kind of a joke, because a lot of times I don't read the instructions, but at this point I was telling you things that were on the box differently. It said right there in the box, it says do this, and I was like, I don't know what this is for, and throw it aside. So kind of screwed that up. But But I like the video overall, so I didn't take it down. What I tried to do to make up for it is I went in the annotations and I just annotated the crap out of it as if Clone Charlie was in there, like saying things. So that's funny. See, what do you think of the Sun canisters? I have not bought one, but I've been really tempted. I was really tempted to get one, but I haven't bought one yet. I might wait and get one when I get a bigger aquarium. The plan is to take all the aquariums downstairs and consolidate them into the garage. And then what I'm going to do is redo all the floors downstairs and get a really huge aquarium and put all the fish in one big giant tank. That's the plan anyway. What's the best gravel cleaner you've used? I mainly just use the Python, but I don't clean my gravel a whole lot. You know, I have plants. So, and I know you can get in there and kind of dig at the gravel a little bit, but for the most part, I just leave it be, and the plants have taken care of all the, any waste that gets down into the ground. Let's see. Do you still have the Scarlet Batis? Mine are about a year now. I'm wondering how long yours have lasted. Mine lasted about, I think about 10 months. And eventually it just disappeared into the tank and I didn't see it again. So I assume he died in there. But I found them kind of hard to keep. Like, my recommendation is for those is have live food. Like during the period of time where it's really easy for me to make live food for it and that sort of thing, or to get live food, it was fine. They don't take flakes at all or anything that would be convenient or anything like that. So when you go on a trip or something like that, you might need to make more arrangements for it. In general, you can leave a fish, if you've well fed a fish, you can leave them alone for a week or so and it's just fine. Like they don't do very poorly, but the baddest, like you gotta give them good food. And I don't think I gave mine like nearly enough of the good stuff to survive. I guess I can't think of what else I did wrong. Like I tried to feed it. I fed it bloodworms. I fed it brine shrimp and like other things, anything I could find. And he's just real finicky. So I probably won't get another one. But I really liked that fish. He was pretty. Let's see. Yeah, see, mine ate frozen bloodworms too, but I don't want to like just give it bloodworms, and they have to compete. They have to compete with other fish. Like they will not compete even with guppies or any of these other fish for food. They have to be almost in their own tank. And I think the other fish were grabbing the food before they could get to it. And I tried to catch him to put him in a smaller tank all to itself, but he would just hide in the thick growth that I had in that aquarium. So, yeah. Favorite shrimp. The only shrimp I've had that's lasted very long has been the cherry red shrimp. I guess they're just super easy to grow. But I bought 30 of them years ago, and now I have hundreds of them. So, what do you feed your bumblebee catfish? I never see him. I suppose he eats what all the other ones eat. So I feed a lot of flake food and bloodworms and that sort of thing. So I never see him come out though. Like the only time I've seen him is when I actually took the entire aquarium apart and I put him in the other tank. And I've seen him maybe once or twice as I'm moving terrain around, but I mostly don't see that guy. All right. Well, I think things are winding down, and maybe it's time to go. But gosh, I was trying to think if there was another product or something I hated. I've had apple snails before. They were pretty neat, but when they die, man, they stink. Oh my gosh! I pulled an apple snail out once that had passed away, and I guess it hadn't passed away too long ago, so there's still a lot of it left in there. And as soon as that thing hit the air, it's like, whew, terrible smell. They're really cool to see going around. All right. Well, I think I'm going to end it there. I really appreciate you guys stopping by to say hello. And I'll be back soon. All right? Until next time, follow your bliss, keep a clean tank, and I'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.